All right. How's everybody doing? Can we see the right screen? I'm not seeing the questions for some reason, but am I organizer?
Yeah, I made you an organizer and a presenter. I can see your screen, master cryptocurrency trading,
Okay, I
cryptocurrency, how
can't
to
see the
retire and trading.
questions
Yep.
for some reason. I just can't see the questions.
Odd. I mean, you're definitely an organizer and a presenter.
I know. I use this
Wouldn't
shit.
know.
I use it right now. Okay, I will figure it out. But anyways, how's everybody doing? Thank you, Hubert. You must be really bored today, at least out with the kids, because I don't know if you've ever emceed a whole event, because that's pretty rare. Usually Gigi's on here. So.
Well, Jeanette had a couple surgeries, so I'm filling in for Jeanette. Plus, I'm
Oh,
sick,
see?
so I don't know. I don't know how well I'm doing filling in for her, but yeah.
And Lisa's out spending your money, probably.
Exactly.
All right, so how's everybody doing today? What we're going to talk about is the cryptocurrency space. Bitcoin is encompassed in the cryptocurrency space. I'm going to teach you how you can potentially retire 20 years earlier trading Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. And as Hubert alluded to the fact that Bitcoin futures at the Chicago Mercantile Exchange will be starting to trade December 11th, and that will be a big thing that I'm going to trade. We've already looked at historical data using the Ichimoku Cloud of how to trade Bitcoin futures. We don't know the margin requirements yet, and they're all actually going to settle to cash, not into, you can't actually take delivery on Bitcoin. So if you guys have any questions throughout the presentation, I'm very into the cryptocurrency space. I have money in it. I have taken a $4,000 trading account in 6 weeks, and I don't have my Excel spreadsheet. I've taken $4,000 in 6 weeks, and I've turned that into $11,000 in the cryptocurrency space. And out of that, none of it is Bitcoin. So my 4 favorites are ODA, Vertcoin, Golem, and we'll show you guys here the trade alerts that we've sent out. We had one trade alert that went from 67 cents, and this was actually our first trade alert we sent to all of our subscribers. And when you guys become a member of the Bitcoin community, we will show you the signal. It went from 67 cents to $5. So hypothetically speaking, if let's say you had $2,000 in here and you sold it at 5, you're taking your 2,000 into 8x. So it would have been at 2,000 into 16,000. So what I'm going to teach you guys is a little bit different. You know, I've been trading every day for 14 years. A lot of you guys have seen me on TV, but without further ado, Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency space. Little risk disclaimer here. We have to put this in every single webinar. Day trading, short-term trading, option trading, future tradings, and we'll call it cryptocurrency trading. It's extremely risky undertaking. They are generally not appropriate for someone with little to no trading experience and low tolerance of risk. Never execute a trade unless you're willing and prepared to lose your entire investment. No trades are recommendations or advice, and we cannot be sued for loss of capital. All trades are for educational purposes only. Please contact your broker or registered investment advisor for execution, margin, and other capital requirements. Everybody watching today's presentation adheres to all risk disclaimers on www.optionhacker.com and www.alphashark.com, KeeneOnTheMarket.com, acryptoshark.com, and every other site I own. So basically, simple and easy, guys. I am not a registered investment advisor. I cannot give recommendations or advice what you should do with your money. All I'm teaching you is how I trade my own capital. Everything that I trade is 100% my own capital. We are going to start running a managed funds for the cryptocurrency space, but currently right now it is all my capital. So a little story about how I heard about Bitcoin. Bitcoin was trading about $350 at the time. I had an office in Chicago right across from the Board of Trade. My old COO, John Voorhees, came into the office and he said, "Have you heard of this Bitcoin thing?" And I said, "Sure, yeah, I've heard of it." He's like, "It's $350. It used to be $1." He's like, "You should buy some." I go, "Okay, cool. Here's my credit card. Put $5,000 on it and tell me when they come in the mail." He goes, "What do you mean when they come in the mail?" I go, "Well, I have gold coins. I have silver coins. Well, I'll take some $5,000 worth of Bitcoin. What can I lose? $5,000? He goes, "They're not actual coins." I'm like, "How does that make any sense?" So anyways, I didn't buy them because they're stored on your computer and I can barely go through email. So I never bought Bitcoin. As we know, Bitcoin has risen from $350 when I learned about it, and this is the current price right now, $8,217. Jamie Dimon called it a fraud, and it sold off to $2,980 roughly, to $3,000. So in the last 3 months, it has gone from $3,000 to $8,000. If you look at a chart of Bitcoin, The upside potential, it's up 600% this year. So I think it was about 1,400. And these are all the cryptocurrencies. This is a really good website, coinmarketcap.com. I go here probably 20 times a day. 1,326 cryptos. So 87 publicly traded companies, 1,300 cryptos, and you guys can trade these. And in the boot camp, we teach you how you can trade these. You know, I trade every single day. You want to see my P&L on my trading account today? I'll show you. I'm down $400. Okay, so I'm down $400. Trading is boring. The market doesn't move. We are in the S&P is in a 3-point range today. So if you think you can make money in a 3-point range, you've got to be a better trader than me because I can't make money in a 3-point range. But as a trader, I'm always looking for volatility and opportunity. You want volatility? Look at the cryptocurrency space. What are the taxes on Bitcoin? That's something you'd have to talk to a tax person about. That is not me. Ethereum, as Hubert just mentioned that one, up 10% today. Okay, Bitcoin Cash up 10% today. So these move a lot, guys, and this is a perfect opportunity to learn about this space and trade something new. IOTA down in 19%. This is a top 10 name. EOS and Lisk down about 5% today. So these are the cryptocurrencies, guys. Stop trading stocks. They're boring. They don't move. Get into the cryptocurrency space. There's many exchanges you can trade on there. So I have the fortune and opportunity to live in 4 wonderful cities over the course of the last 3 years: Chicago, San Diego, Austin, and Dallas. So I'm kind of all over the place. Currently, I'm in Chicago. Last week, I ran my trading room from Baltimore. The week before, I ran the trading room from Vegas. I'm going to Brazil. I'll be running the trading room from Brazil. I'm going to Colombia. I'll be running the trading room from Colombia. So kind of all over the place of where I am. Regular contributor on CNBC. Yeah, Raya is up about $3.50 today. That is blockchain related. If you look at the stocks that are hitting new all-time highs, Micron, chip maker in the cryptocurrency space. Square, almost $50. SMH continues to go higher. So I've been a regular contributor on CNBC, Bloomberg, Fox Business, BNN Canada, Sky Australia, WCIU, CNBC Asia, just to name a few. How can you open and trade cryptos with Thinkorswim? You cannot currently right now is the answer. So you'd have to, if you want to trade Bitcoin, the easiest way to do it is on Coinbase. And we'll give you all exchanges that I think are the best. GDAX or Coinbase are the 2 best exchanges. When the futures get launched, I'm assuming you can trade it on Thinkorswim, but that will not be launched for about 3 weeks. So this is the perfect opportunity to learn about them, to get your education higher before the futures get listed. I will be actively trading Bitcoin futures when they get launched, guys. And you have to understand what they are to trade them. So I look at cryptos and I look at it one of 2 ways, okay? You can invest in them or, okay, so let's talk about the 2 ways. 2 ways to play the crypto world. Number 1 is to invest in them. I am going to take about 5% of my net worth and invest it in the cryptocurrency space. Why? Because I believe in blockchain technology and I think it's going to take over the world. Number 2, you could invest or you could trade. Okay, active trading, it works very, very well on the Ichimoku cloud. So you can trade Bitcoin on the Ichimoku cloud. You can trade Ethereum on the Ichimoku cloud. I've looked at historical data of a lot of these cryptos from Bitfinex and looked at how they work. So this is 2 ways, guys. You can invest in them and you can trade in them. From my point of view, cryptos, what I call, are a binary event. Okay, they are either, in my opinion, going to 10x, which means if you invest $10,000 of your capital, that could potentially get to $100,000. Okay, so your choices are it could 10x, or is it possible it goes to 0? The answer is yes. How could Bitcoin go to 0? They can't shut down the internet. But what they can do is they can make it illegal for everybody in the United States to trade on certain exchanges. Very similar to what the government did with online poker. They said gambling is illegal. How can you play poker online? So they made it illegal for everybody in the United States to play poker. Roosevelt banned gold consumption from 1933 to 1971 until Nixon took us off the gold standard. Okay, so from my point of view, it's simple and easy. $10,000 today in 5 years, okay, from my opinion, has a 50% chance of going into $100,000 and has a 50% chance of going to 0. And if you're sitting in this webinar and you're saying, those are my choices, would you take that risk? And this is a game theory question, very similar to what they asked me before I became a market maker at the Chicago Board Options Exchange. And the answer is every single person, if you're in this webinar, and Larry Gaines just talked about probability math, it's probability math, okay? So you have to take money and allocate it towards it. I don't care if you buy $100 worth of Bitcoin, 100,000. Mike Novogratz came out of retirement to take 150 million to start a cryptocurrency fund. But this is 100% the best investment possibly of our lifetime. You know, I'm an investor. I invest in residential real estate, commercial real estate. I guess I do a little angel investing with my buddies' companies. And out of everything out there, if someone says, AK, what is the best investment I can make for my future? 100% it's the cryptocurrency space. So do you know what the most important thing is? It is to have a trading plan. In the boot camp, we're going to teach you a trading plan. As someone just asked and said, hey, can I trade it on Thinkorswim? The answer is no. You can't even get the charts on Thinkorswim right now. You cannot get it on TradeStation. You can get a couple symbols actually on TradeStation. Don Prattle sent me the email. But once they have futures, I'm assuming you'll be able to trade it on there. So this is the perfect opportunity before the CME launches the futures in Bitcoin December 11th. If they become popular, you know what that means. They will start launching futures in Litecoin, in Dash, in Bitcoin Cash, in Ethereum. And pretty soon, after that, we'll see options in the market. And this is the opportunity that you guys have to do one of two things, invest or to trade. And I will teach you through the bootcamp and through our private mentoring sessions how to set up our accounts. Because the problem with it, and with everything that's good, there's a lot of bad, it is very, very confusing. So it's not like, you know, Thinkorswim, you want to put money in an account, you put money in an account, right? So you have to open an account with Coinbase or GDAX, okay? Then what you have to do is you have to buy Bitcoin. So it takes 3 to 5 days to take money from your bank account into Coinbase because the banks are slow and their technology is not very good. Then once you're in your account, you buy Bitcoin, okay? Then what you have to do is you have to send it to a private wallet. So you take your Bitcoin. So this step process is like 4-step process. So you buy Bitcoin and then you move it to a private wallet, okay? Then from the private wallet, you need to open up another exchange because Coinbase only does about 3 of them, right? It does Ethereum, Litecoin, and Bitcoin. So then you put it into another exchange. Then once it's another exchange, you buy it again. So you buy IOTA or you buy whatever you want. So you buy it again. Then after that, then you have to set up another private wallet. So the process is about a 5-step process to go buy one crypto that's not one of the top 3 names. And this is what we're going to teach you guys in the Bootcamp and Master course of how you can do this simple and easy. It looks complicated and confusing, but it's actually really, really easy. And we're going to take you guys through the step-by-step process of this. So here's a chart of Bitcoin, and look at this, guys. This was in March, okay? And this was from 2010 to March. And now we know, where is it today? Okay, so if you just invested $1,000 in Bitcoin in March, you know what it'd be worth today? That 1,000 would be worth $8,300. Okay, so your $1,000 would be paying for a couple vacations. If you had $3,000 with it, you could have bought a car. If you had $10,000 with it, you could have bought a house. Okay, so this is the chart of it, and look at this, guys. In this time period, it went from basically 0 to 1,300. Now it's 8,300. Is it overpriced? Okay, that's what people say. Oh, it's 8,300. It's so expensive. Compare it to Amazon. Is Amazon overbought? Maybe it's overbought, but it's going to continue to go higher as Amazon makes a new all-time high today, up over $20. Okay, everything in this world is a supply-demand curve between buyers and sellers. More buyers, price goes higher. More sellers, price goes lower. Once the CME lists the futures, in my opinion, I think that Bitcoin is going to 10,000 by the end of the year, and I think it's going to 50,000 in the next 3 years, and I think it can go to 100,000, and I'm actually going to probably raise my price target up to $200,000 because I think that is the potential where Bitcoin can go. And as Bitcoin gets higher, more user base, the higher it goes. And like I said, guys, if you have any questions about cryptos or Bitcoin as we're giving the presentation, feel free to ask it because I spend about 4 to 5 hours a day on YouTube learning about all of this because it's new to me, but I'm here to teach you guys it and educate you on it. So the history of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin is a peer-to-peer system. What does that mean? It means it was created in 2009. What happened in 2009? It was the banking crisis of 2007 and 8 where everybody owned too much property and we had a financial mortgage meltdown. So Bitcoin was created. How do you protect yourself to the downside? Currently, you cannot. It's like owning stock, right? You can put stop losses in just like stock. So think of the ICO market in the crypto space. Think of them as stocks, even though they're not companies. They all have boards. They all have teams. They have programmers. They're very similar to stocks, but they're not stocks. So Bitcoin was first created as the first cryptocurrencies in 2009. Okay. Well, the CME has a few options. I predict, and without not knowing anything, that the SIBO will get options within 9 months, would be my prediction. So it is a decentralized form. The developer of Bitcoin was a mysterious person named as Satoshi Nakamoto. Every year after 2009 was a new year of cryptocurrencies introduced. Today, and this webinar deck was probably from a month ago, it's gone from 900 to 1,320. It is very possible in the next 3 years there are more cryptos. Hey, put me on record for this one. In 3 years, there is a good percent there'll be more cryptos in the world than publicly traded stocks. And there's 8,700 publicly traded stocks. Most cryptocurrencies use either blockchain technology or Tango for trading or investing. Sounds like tulip mania, and then I'll go over the reasons of why it is not tulip mania on the next slide. So, as an investment, what can I lose? Just like stocks, I think some stocks should actually be negative. Even Enron, it only went to 0. So the downside is 0, but the upside potential is 1,000%. Okay, just like when you own calls, in theory, you can make a limited amount of money. What can you lose when you buy calls? The amount you pay for the call, unless you put a stop loss in place. So the reward to risk setup in cryptos is the best of anything out there in the world. I do a lot of these webinars, and I continue to reiterate that. I probably have not gone a day in the last 4 months without explaining blockchain, Bitcoin, and cryptocurrencies to somebody throughout the course of the day. I walk around San Diego with a Bitcoin hat on all day long. So someone said, sounds like tulip mania. Everybody's talking about Bitcoin, even the delivery guy. It sounds like 2006. So couple things to compare it to, okay? Crazes in the world. Think about diamonds, gold, and tulips, okay? Diamonds became symbols of prestige as far back as India and eventually became known as a product from South Africa. Their demand was highlighted when De Beers basically took over the diamond market. They cornered the diamond market kind of like the Hunt brothers tried to do with silver in the 1920s or something like that. So diamonds, everybody buys their fiance a diamond. A diamond is not a rare stone. De Beers created a market for them. They have no industrial production. The only industrial production they have in this world is they can cut glass, but they can't do anything else in the world. Think about gold. Gold is a metal with no industrial production. Became a means of trade with merchants who couldn't transport cattle or wheat. And you say, what is gold worth in this world? It's just a supply-demand curve between buyers and sellers. Out of all the gold that's mined in the world, 50% of all the gold that's mined in this world is used for jewelry. 33% of all the gold mined in this world is used to make into bullion, bricks, and coins. Only about 10% of all gold mined in this world is actually used for industrial production. But why does gold have a value? It has a value because man assigns a value on it. And one common question I always get is someone says, what is the barrier to entry to compete against Bitcoin? And you know what I say? What is the barrier to entry to compete against Uber? Uber is a $61 billion company. They own nothing. Airbnb, $41 billion company. You can compete against them, 300,000 to 400,000. You could have a set website up, probably nicer than theirs. They have a user base. Bitcoin is accepted in 100,000 stores around the world. And the more people hear about it, the higher it's going to go. I was working out of the gym doing squats, and my gym trainer next to me, she goes, do you really trade Bitcoin? I go, yeah. She goes, I just bought it. It's up $2,000 in a week. This thing's amazing, okay? What happens when retail money buys something? The price goes higher. We did a survey with our customer base, and 90% of all people have heard of cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin. Less than 15% actually own any of them. So you guys can get in while the iron is hot. The people that got rich buying Apple did not buy it at $8 because you probably sold it at $30. The people that got rich trading Apple bought it at $30 and sold now it's $1,000 if you take out the 7-for-1 reverse split at $175. The people that got rich owning Amazon didn't own Amazon at $30. They bought it at $80 and rode it to $1,160. So you guys look at a number and say Bitcoin is too expensive. And one thing that makes Bitcoin even better than Amazon is you can buy a fraction of Bitcoin. You can go in and buy $100 worth of Bitcoin. If you want to invest in Amazon as a company, you have to buy one share. One share is going to set you back $1,100. And then we have the third one, which is Tulip Mania, which probably no one in this world would actually know anything about if it wasn't for Wall Street, the movie, but it's fine. Tulip Mania, simple and easy. They became, they believed to be a simple gift to the elite class, and for a period of time, you could even buy a house with tulips, okay? Because they thought they were a means of currency, okay? So I always say when I give this presentation, because now I've given this presentation in Chicago, Vegas, San Diego, live, is gold a commodity or currency? And people say it's commodity. I'll say it doesn't have any industrial production, very little, less than 10% of all use. It's more of a currency, okay? Tulips were used as a form of currency. That fad went to zero. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys you should run out and sell everything you have to put in the cryptocurrency space. But what I'm saying here is you guys should definitely have some money invested in it. Stocks have a float. Is that equivalent to Bitcoin? Yes. So Bitcoin has 21 million coins that can be produced between now and 2140. 16.5 of the 21 million are currently in use. I think it's actually 16.7 now. So the number of coins that are mined goes down every single year. I was talking this with my father last night, and we said, is the U.S. dollar an infinite or a finite good? And the answer is infinite. The U.S. dollar can be printed as much as they want. There's no restriction on how much money the United States can print in this world. The United States has $20 trillion in debt, and they pay about $350 billion of interest every year. So what do diamonds, gold, tulips, and now Bitcoin have in value? Do you think there will be a 50% correction? No, I think that institutions are looking for a way to get long Bitcoin, and that's why the CME is listing futures. So when man assigns a value on something, it instantly becomes value. And as traders, okay, if you guys don't want to potentially make more money, you should just leave right now, because everybody's here on Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, after you had your tryptophan from your turkey last night, your pecan pie, and your cranberry, which is only 20% of all U.S. people eat. You know, basically you should learn something new, okay? You should listen to everybody's presentation and say, is this for me? Cryptos are not going to be for everybody. But cryptos right now have the best investment opportunity, and they're the best thing to trade out there. They do not close on the weekends. Even forex closes on the weekends. Stock market opens at 5 p.m. Central every Sunday. Cryptos do not close. So you can literally trade cryptos 24/7. So when there's a limited amount of supply of something, they become more valuable. This is in the case of diamonds, gold, and tulips, and cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrencies have an unlimited supply. All these commodities were ones that whoever got in early made money, okay? And this is on the cusp of becoming something huge. And if you look at the cryptocurrency space, $230-ish billion market cap out of all cryptos. That is nothing, guys. That's a quarter of Apple, okay? It's less than Visa's market cap. So this can go to $2 trillion very, very easily, okay? And they can become one of the main fiats in the world. So imagine you could have invested in the internet. Another thing people always say, sounds like the internet bubble of 1999 or 2000. And yes, there was an internet bubble of 1999, and 2000 is when the bubble actually happened. But what came out of the internet bubble? More than 1,000 companies went to zero. Why? Because they were not good companies. There are a lot, and I repeat, a lot of really bad cryptocurrencies out there. In the boot camp, we will teach you which are the good ones and which are not the good ones. There are ones in the top 5 names on the market cap that I do not like. There's some in the top 10, top 20, okay? Out of 1,320 cryptocurrencies, there's probably only about 20 to 50 really good ones. What happened in 2000? Thousands of companies went belly up. But what also happened, Amazon, eBay, Intel, Apple, they all survived the internet bubble. They all became stocks. PayPal, new 52-week highs almost every single day, and the strong will survive. So even if we have a bubble in the cryptocurrency space, the ones with the good technology will strive and move on. And this is what we'll teach you guys in the class, in the Bootcamp. Bitcoin Bootcamp. So cryptocurrencies is the currency of the internet. If someone said to you one time, what is Bitcoin? I have no idea. I don't get it. Just think of it as currency of the internet. Currently right now, if I wanted to send money to, I have a buddy who lives in Denmark. If I wanted to send my buddy $100, he lives in Denmark, what would I have to do? I would have to go to the bank. And I don't actually even know if the bank's open today, but I think they are. Maybe they have a half day like the stock market. I'd have to go to the bank. I'd have to take 15 minutes of my day, drive to the bank. 15 minutes away for a personal teller. 15 minutes to take the $100 and wire transfer it to him in Denmark. 15 minutes to drive home. And I've wasted an hour of my time. You know when he's going to get that money? He's going to get that money in 3 to 5 days. It is not instantaneous. Bitcoin, you can get that money instantaneously, and since it's not being transferred to the currency, there's no currency adjustment. So if I send my money to Denmark, it'd be the Danish crown, I think it is. Swedish crown. I don't know the Danish. It might be the Danish dollar. It would have to be transferred to the local currency. Okay. Have I ever heard of Zella? The answer, no, I do not know that one. There's a lot of them, so I'm not going to know them all. The top 30 names, I know them all pretty well. Top 20 for sure. So think of it as currency of the internet, and you can see all the words here. Banking. You know, always talk about Jamie Dimon called Bitcoin a fraud, which might be the most recent lows here. Can you move money in 3 minutes for free? Yes. Well, there's small transaction fees, but yes. With IOTA, you can move it for free. So, you know, Jamie Dimon called Bitcoin a fraud. You know what's really interesting about that? I'll tell you 3 reasons why Jamie Dimon called Bitcoin a fraud. Number 1, he did not say blockchain technology is a fraud. He specifically said Bitcoin. Okay? He's just like a president. He's getting prepped for every interview. So number 1, they compete against the banks in the world. If Bitcoin goes to where I think it's going to go, the profit margin of the banks is going to astronomically lower. Number 2, like I said, he did not talk about blockchain technology. He just specifically said Bitcoin. Number 3, the same day, they actually had a blockchain meetup, and JP Morgan did in California. And number 4, Ethereum, JP Morgan's on an alliance board for Ethereum, which is the number 2 cryptocurrency. So it was a little bit funny and coincidental. And then also we had the China ICO ban. Okay, if you took money, every time China tried to ban something, you'd be rich. Because you know what you would have invested in? China tried to ban Google. China tried to ban YouTube. China tried to ban Facebook. And now they're trying to ban cryptos. And cryptos are just going to go higher. So features of it, instant transfers are the big highlight. Long gone of days waiting 3 to 5 days. Okay, I trade through Thinkorswim, and I know if I want to put money in my Thinkorswim account, it's going to take 3 to 5 business days to hit my account. Why can I not instantly send money? If I have money in my bank, why do I not have the ability to send it instantaneously? Why does it take 3 to 5 days? If Thinkorswim accepted Bitcoin, I could do it instantaneously. We'll talk about the exchanges here in a minute. So with cryptocurrencies, a rising trend, more businesses are eager to accept cryptocurrencies. If you guys look at Overstock.com, they're one of the businesses that accept Bitcoin. The reason that companies should be on board with the cryptocurrencies, 2 main reasons. Reason number 1, average small business in the United States does 10.5% profit margin. On that, they pay 2.5% for Visa, 3.5% for Amex. So we say 3% credit card transaction. If they didn't have to take credit card and they could take Bitcoin instead, that is 3% they'd be adding to their bottom line. 3% on a profit margin of 10%, they just increase their profit margin by 30%. Another reason, and it doesn't happen to me because my products are very prestige, are no chargebacks. So once a transaction is done, you cannot take a chargeback, okay? Expedia, 50% of all their revenues are chargebacks, okay? Once you send money, it is irreversible, so there's no chargebacks at all. So that's main reasons why businesses want to take it. The same day that China had their ICO, 3,000 more stores in Japan said they were going to take it. So, from my point of view, which could completely, utterly wrong, and one day I could not do a webinar, in about 5 years, I'm going to do a webinar, and I'm going to either show this webinar, and I'll be like, I told you it could have gone to zero, or I'm going to show you this webinar, and be like, it went to 200,000. Almost 500 people in here that didn't take the boot camp are not going to reek in the rewards of cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. But if you take the boot camp and you learn what it is, how to trade it, how to set up your private wallets, this could be the best chance ever for you to retire earlier. 3 points to evaluate as you're thinking about diving into the cryptocurrency space. Number one and most important, the market is not oversaturated. I know this for a fact because I did market research. We sent a survey, as I continue to reiterate the same point, to our subscriber list. And our subscribers, no one is invested in cryptos right now. So the market's not saturated. Yeah, the Domino's pizza delivery guy's talking about it, but no one actually has it, okay? When I talk to people and ask them if they know what Bitcoin is, most people know what it is, but most people do not have money in it. Supply-demand curve, guys. You have to get into Bitcoin. After this webinar, every single person should buy the course, go through the course, and then, I mean, you can do it tomorrow. You can do it Sunday because cryptos don't close at all. Open your account and put some money into it because it could be the best investment in your life. Yeah, I think these are going to be recorded. I'm not sure. Government, like fiat currency, in control of them. Is the government going to start regulation when coming down the pipe? The biggest downfall of Bitcoin is the possibility of government regulation. However, but, as we all know, President Trump, and not to give my political beliefs, is very anti-regulation. He's very deregulation. And Bitcoin and cryptos are all about decentralization. Number two, market is on a massive upswing, okay? Bitcoin just hit a new all-time high. Ethereum just hit a new all-time high. We all know, and we've learned when we've been trading for a very long time, that new all-time highs usually go higher, okay? This is the beginning of something that is massive and huge. You guys are not late to the party. You're at the beginning stage when the people are first coming in and getting on board. And the reward to risk setup. Paul Tudor Jones, one of the greatest traders of all times, says he looks at things for a 3 to 3.5 reward to risk setup. Well, I'm telling you guys today, this could be a 10-to-1 reward to risk setup. Do you use hard wallets? No. So there's hard wallets and there's soft wallets. I think soft wallets are online. Hard wallets like a physical storage. So top 5 exchanges to trade cryptocurrencies. Number 1, Coinbase. A couple more I could throw in here. GDAX. Coinbase actually owns GDAX. I just saw an interview with the CEO of Coinbase on TV. So Coinbase, GDAX, Bitfinex, Kraken, Polynex. Bitfinex you actually can't trade as a U.S. citizen anymore, so you'd have to use Bitrex, and Polynex. So these are some of the exchanges. As we said, CME is getting futures in Bitcoin very, very soon, guys. So you have to learn what they are and how to trade them before they get futures. So this could not be more of a perfect time for me to talk to you guys about this space. Because once the futures come, 9 months you're going to be seeing options. Okay? So you have to learn what they are, how to trade them, what time frames you should be using the Ichimoku cloud on for this. There are a few things you need to consider. Number 1, on exchange, you can buy and hold it. Basically simple and easy. Lending your Bitcoin, I would not do this. I think it's a terrible idea. I think BitConnect is a scam. It's a top 30 cryptocurrency. I would not be lending out your Bitcoin to these platforms that try to get you to lend out their Bitcoin. And margin. You know, I do not know if they announced, the CME's announced the margin on futures, but there is margin on these futures. What about sites being hacked into? ETH has been hacked. Yeah, I mean, ETH got hacked and then it went down to like $7 and then it came right back up. Even though there's been massive hacks, guys, what is happening? They continue to go higher. So there's going to be breaches in anything. Uber just came out and said they had 53 million customer breach. Okay, so I mean, Uber got breached. Equifax got breached too. Will you teach us how to trade Bitcoin on the futures? Yes, I will. That'll be in the private mentoring session. So on December 11th, futures are launched, and I would assume that's a Monday, even though I haven't actually looked. It is actually a Monday. Oh, I was so smart. The day before Hanukkah. Oh, but yeah, Hanukkah present day number 1. I get to trade Bitcoin futures. And we'll teach you guys how to trade Bitcoin futures. We'll teach you the time frame because they trade really well on the Ichimoku cloud. And I've been looking at historical data for all of that. So I'm not going to sit here and say, sell everything you own, like this guy is doing out of his minivan. My dad drives a minivan. But everybody needs to have some money in the cryptocurrency space. We always talk about an asset allocation. I talk about a 1 to 10% asset allocation in the cryptocurrency space. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you to sell everything you have, go all in. I have a lot of friends, and I've met a lot of people. They literally tell me they have 100% of their net worth in cryptocurrencies. I tell them they're insane. They don't listen, okay? But every single person here should be taking the boot camp, learning it. It's 8.5 hours long, and I'll show you some of the trade alerts that we sent in bringing money into the cryptocurrency space. So are you ready to take the next step? We have one of the only courses in the world on Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. In my opinion, is the best one out there. You might be the best trade you'll ever take. So who is this cryptocurrency bootcamp good for? It is good for any beginner, intermediate, or expert. Anybody who wants to potentially retire 20 years earlier, and any trader that wants to diversify their portfolio. So 2 main reasons you guys should be taking this course. Number 1, for an investment opportunity. And number 2, to trade. Because once these futures get listed, they're going to be fun. So we have 50 spots left of this. We will sell out. And I just want to show you a couple of the trades that we sent out. So the link is optionsonthefloor.com/Bitcoin. This is a 6-month program, guys. Okay, so you can think of it as you're paying $83 a month. Don't think of it as you're paying $500. So you're going to learn and master the 5 reasons why cryptocurrencies will move from $160 billion market cap to $1 trillion, if not $2 trillion, in the next 5 years. You will get 6 months of trade alerts. And you'll get at least 2 trades a month. And I'll actually show you the trade alerts that we sent out and how you could have paid off this course 10 times over with just the first signal that we sent out. Twice a month mentoring session with my business partner. He's taken $30,000 into about $500,000, and it massively outperformed Bitcoin. How to put money in your account, into a private wallet, and back on an exchange, and you'll get our 5 favorite plays. And the link is optionsonthefloor.com/Bitcoin. I see my inbox blowing up, and Jacob is in, TIAM is in, Steven is in, Mike is in, John is in, and let me show you this here. Any Black Special Fridays? Yeah, you can get this for $4.99. So these are the alerts we send out, and this is actually from my back-end software. And you can see here, this is one signal we sent out. It was in Vertcoin, VRT, from September 13th. So about 2 months ago. Do you know what happened to Vertcoin? It went from 67 cents to $5. Okay? So hypothetically speaking, let's say you don't have that much money. Let's say you put $500 in this name. Okay? Not a lot of money. So you bought, about 800 of these. So you bought $500 worth. That $500 would have turned into $4,000. You could have paid this off 8 times over. Okay, just this first signal that we sent out from September 17th. Okay, as I scroll down here, let's look at the signals that we sent out. Boom, boom, boom. Dash. Buy Dash at 360. Okay, stop 250. So you'll get 6 months of trade alerts, guys. So this is a 6-month program. Buy Dash at 360 with a 250 stop. You know where Dash is today? $540. Okay. How about Ethereum? Another signal we sent out. Buy it at 304. You know where it is today? $430. Okay. That is 3 trades, and that is 3 winners. And this is our back-end software. Buy Golem. This one actually is a loser. It went to about 20 cents, but did not get stopped out. Buy Dragon Chain. That was a winner too. First trade a month, first 6 months is included for free. And I'm going for 4.5 more minutes, Hubert, because Larry went over, so now I'm going to my exact 45 minutes. Here's IOTA. Buy IOTA at 44 cents. You know how much IOTA went up to? 94 cents. If you put $1,000 on every single trade we sent out, you'd probably have about $10,000. NINXT, buy it at 207. You know where to hit? Profit target at $3. 50% profit there. They're sent via text and email. Buy IOTA at 75, went up to 97. So we've sent out about 8 trades, 7 winners. And the winners didn't just go up a little bit. Vertcoin went to $5, guys. Okay, from 70 cents to $5. Dash went from 360 to 540. Ethereum went from 304 to 430. We're talking about massive, massive gains, and you get this included in the course. So let's go over everything you get here. So you will get an 8.5-hour boot camp on demand. So you can start learning immediately. See more people signing up here. See Chris is in. Jacob is in. Mark is in. Floyd is in. Alexander is in. Johnny is in. Chad is in. Make sure you guys sign up. We are running out of spots here. Optionsonthefloor.com/Bitcoin. Okay. So what you guys get, this is a 5, Saeed, you're in. This is a 5-month program, guys. A 6-month program. Okay. So you can think of it, if you broke it down, it's actually less than $99 a month. Okay. This isn't just one time you pay. This will get you for 6 months. So we're November, December, January, February, March, April, May. This will get you through May. Okay. So what you get the 8.5-hour boot camp on demand. So watch it today, watch it tomorrow. You get 8.5 hours of learning how to set up these private wallets, learning what the reasons behind it. I have an inbox of about 50 testimonials. You'll get trade alerts, at least 2 months of trade alerts. We've had 8 trades. We've had 7 winners. Private mentoring sessions, okay? And also you'll get our favorite plays. And let me just show you this here while I have 2 minutes left. Optionsonthefloor.com/Bitcoin, guys. Optionsonthefloor.com/Bitcoin. And then we see here, this is my testimonial. I have my own folder. Trade alerts will come via text and email. And these are all testimonials, guys. Okay. Thank you so much for the course. It was definitely one of the best workshops I've ever attended. Okay. I literally have an inbox full of super jobs. I knew nothing about cryptocurrencies before your event. Very excited to trade in them. You certainly put on an incredible boot camp. Thank you for being a longtime educator. Thank you for the excellent presentation. It was well worth my 4 hours covering multiple topics and knowledgeable in the future. It's an amazing workshop. Blown away by the presentation. Okay, these are all testimonials from subscribers, guys, that you can start with $100. You can trade. Unlike trading options, you can get a trade with $100. I own Bitcoin, but I didn't know the history. Covered everything. Literally, this is our inbox, guys. So make sure you guys sign up. $499 will get you through May. Okay, this is a 6-month program. This is not a one-time fee. You'll get an 8.5-hour boot camp. You'll get 6 months of trade alerts. You'll get twice a month mentoring sessions, and I'll have a special bonus mentoring session on December 12th when the futures get listed, and you'll get our top 5 plays automatically emailed to you. So thank you, Hubert, team at TradeThirsty, for letting me talk today. I'm passing it over with 20 seconds left on my time. You can see my time, huh? Everybody have a great time. Make sure you guys sign up, optionsonthefloor.com/Bitcoin. This is a 6-month program. It will get you through May. Thanks. It's a $4,499 value.